Hey, I hope you're doing good today. Today I wanted to give you a little rundown on what I do when I'm looking at a new property, okay? Somebody sends me a deal, I'm gonna go out and drive it, I'm gonna go check it out. What do I need to look for before I even get to the house, right? A lot of you guys just wanna get to the house, check it out, is it a good deal, look at the neighbor's house and you're done. But man, I'm telling you, that can bite you in the butt. You need to be looking at a lot of things before you even get, before you even get to the house, okay? So I'm about 5 minutes away from this house right now. And I just want to go over some things that I look for. So I'm driving down the road. I'm about 4 minutes from the house now. About 5 minutes in is where I start looking at this kind of stuff. I start looking at the community. I start to look at what's around me. What style houses are there? Like right now I'm seeing a hospital. I'm passing a hospital. So to me, that's a great thumbs up, right? When you go to list this and you say, hey, within 3 minutes from a hospital, anybody with kids or elderly parents, somebody with a condition, they're going to want to be close to a hospital. So that's a check mark in that box. I also look for grocery stores and movie theaters and coffee shops and stuff like that in the area, because the closer they are to them, the more of an amenity it is, right? The more of a check mark in their box, like, hey, it's close to my job, it's close to a hospital, it's close to the coffee store. I'm passing a Publix right now. So Publix is within 3 miles of the house. That's another check mark. Mom who has 3 kids, they don't want to have to drive 15, 20 minutes to go shopping. So for me, if a house is closer to those things, I'm winning, okay? Getting ready to hang a right up here, and I'm seeing the houses are starting to get a little older, starting to get in the 60s and 70s versus, okay, is there new construction near me? Is everything old and run down, or is it newer, or is it mixed? Where I'm at, sometimes even in nicer places, you'll have some mobile homes thrown in the mix. So is it near mobile homes? That's a big deal for me. I don't want to have a beautiful $300,000, $400,000 home and the street over from it's surrounded by mobile homes. No, you don't want that. You want the same consistency all the way throughout. So I buy in a couple different neighborhoods, and I rate my neighborhoods from A to F. So all right, here's my right-hand turn. If a neighborhood is really, really nice, expensive, everybody in the world, if they had money, would want to live there, that's an A neighborhood. And sometimes those are expensive neighborhoods in the millions of dollars, depending on where you live. Really luxury living. I only buy a couple in there a year, okay? I don't buy a whole bunch because they're harder to turn over. Clientele's less, the rehab's usually more expensive and more intensive. I like to stay in the B and C neighborhood. Now the D and F neighborhood, those are higher crime. Those are bars on the windows. Those are neighborhoods that are maybe in the 40s and 50s built and no one's come in and done any renovation. And the neighborhood's just run down. People are hanging out on the corners, drugs. It just looks rough. And we all know what that looks like, right? We all know what it looks rough looks like. The way I tell people to gauge it is, if my wife can walk down or run down the street with a pair of headphones on at night and feel safe, that's where I want to buy. If she feels like I need to be with her, or if she doesn't feel safe, or she's like, Paul, where do we keep the gun? I'm not buying in those neighborhoods, because how many people really want to buy in those neighborhoods, right? They might have to, but do they want to? So for me, I want to buy where 80 or 90% of the world wants to live. A safe neighborhood, good schools. Like I'm passing a school right now. I'm a minute away, and this is one of the best schools in Tallahassee. So knowing that I'm closer to the school makes my property values go up, gives me a lot of incentives. A lot of families want to live close to this school because now they're in this school district, okay? So schools, that's a huge, huge win. We have Florida State over here. We have a couple other colleges over here. Is it too close to the college where you're having a lot of rental properties and therefore there's a lot more people in those areas? Is that good for a single family? Not really. They don't want to be around a bunch of college students partying every weekend and football games and what they want. Peace and quiet. They want to be in a place where their kids can go out and play and feel safe and not hearing all kinds of loud music and partying. So that's something else to think of, okay? And then check out the neighborhood. Does your neighborhood feel and look good, like in your gut? Like I'm driving through here right now, guys, just so you know, it looks really nice. I like that. I feel this neighborhood, right? And what I mean by that is, like, do you feel it? Do you love it? Do you see yourself, man, I could live here, or I would have lived here, or I could live here if I'm not living in something this nice? Could you have seen yourself at any point in your life living here? Is it nice? And in your gut, do you like, yep, I want to buy in here. This is nice. Or are you like, well, it's not the best, but I can make it work. Don't buy there. Okay? Or, no, man, this is just not for me, but the number's so good. Nope, don't buy there. Trust your instinct. Trust your gut. If your spouse is with you, you both need to be in agreement. If she's saying no and you're saying yes, that means the answer is no, right? You both need to agree that it's a good neighborhood. It's a good area. I'm seeing a movie theater right here now. That's awesome. Okay, a lot of nice, beautiful brick houses around me. I'm really digging this area. So in my gut right now, I'm not even at the house yet, and I'm saying yes to the neighborhood. Okay? You have to gauge the neighborhood and the community before you get to the house, because you don't want the house to sway you one way or the other. So this is what I'm talking about. Driving in, you should be making decisions before you even get to the house. Now, if you get all the way through the neighborhood and you're like, man, this is a crappy neighborhood, I do not want to be here, and you roll up and the house is super sweet, but everything else around it's crap, you still don't want to be there, right? Because it's going to be very, very hard for you to sell that if nobody makes it to your house. Because everybody driving in, what do? They drive in, and on the way in, they're being just like you are. They're being judgmental. The neighborhood this, the neighborhood that. There's not enough grocery stores. There's not enough good schools around here. I don't see any, movie theaters, grocery stores, whatever it might be for you in your area. If they're not seeing it, they're already thinking negative before they even get to your house. So it doesn't matter if you have the only nice house in the neighborhood, which you don't want. Bail on it, okay? Trust your instinct, trust your gut, do your homework before you even get to the house, okay? And then make those judgment calls once you get there. So I hope that helped you, but do a lot of your homework before you even get and see the house, okay? Thanks, guys, and we will see you on the next one. If you haven't subscribed to our page yet, guys, hit the subscribe button below. I'm doing a bunch of trainings like this. I want to educate you guys and give you as much information as humanly possible because I want you to succeed, okay? And if you haven't joined Flippin' Experts yet, you need to go check it out. It's $1 to join, guys. FLIPPIN experts.com, $1 to join. I want you in our group. I want you part of our family, part of our tribe. So see you there.